All right, Shalom. I'm going to start by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shah by Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the power. Shalom to all the Akim out pushing the word of sincerity and in truth. And I just got this lesson going into, how we're the creator of all things, Israel, pertaining to the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, because this isn't just a black thing. How we basically created everything in the world, man. From the top medicine to architecture, technology, movie films, all these different things were really crafted from so-called blacks and Latinos. And the so-called white man, through his theft and bribery, him being the thief that cometh not but to kill, steal, and destroy, he stole all these different inventions and took credit for all these things, man. And I have this one thing with this individual, this lady, Sophia Stewart, where this is one account amongst many showing that the so-called white man is a natural thief, man. And you always have to look into these things and really realize, because realize the truth of the matter when it comes to these different films and all these, the background of everything that surrounds you, because our people have a natural tendency to give all credit to the so-called white man. They credit so-called white man for creating the internet, for creating these cell phones, for creating these laptops and all this technology. He's the reason why you're able to actually receive success in this society through his wittiness and through his innovativeness. But when you really look in depth, so-called slaves, the ones that had a low amount of access to resources through the basically insufficient amount of things, them through their natural innovativeness, they created a lot of inventions, man. Going back to the 1600s, 17 to 1800s, with the cotton gin and various other machinery that was crafted from the so-called blacks, all right, from just oppression, and they felt the need to come up with a better way, and they really revolutionized America, with the Industrial Revolution, when the industry of machinery started to take off, and basically a whole nother system of manufacturing goods. It was really taken off from the blacks and Latinos, all right, and it was crafted from them, all right. That's why even the White House, when you go into the White House origin, which is going into the architecture of America, one of the major things in America is the White House, or one of the major beacons of architecture in the architectural realm of America is the White House. But the blueprint was created by a so-called black man, but leave it up to, the average Negro, Latino, Native American. They'll just give that credit to the so-called white man. And like I said, that's the importance of knowing the history and really seeing how rich us as a nation, our history is. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into it with Sophia Stewart. Sophia Stewart wrote books in the 70s that were stolen from her by Warner Bros. All right. Yeah, Warner Bros. Studio. And they didn't just steal from Sophia Stewart. They stole from many individuals. They're going to steal from one. They're going to steal from all. Terminator 1 through 4 and The Matrix 1 and 2. Her lawsuit took 30 years, but she won Hollywood's biggest lawsuit, $2.5 billion. So it took 30 years for them to actually give her a settlement for $2.5 billion. And see, Esau is all about stringing along and taking self-credit. And when you think about The Matrix 1 and 2, and when you think about the Terminator movies, with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sarah Connor, of course it was different individuals in the latter editions. When you think about these movies, you always think that it was a so-called white director, white producer, and all these different individuals was white, whoever crafted and developed this film, or these films, they were so-called white people. But it was actually Israelites, man. Israelites are naturally innovative, and we have the gift of basically crafting and developing even at our lowest estate, man. As it is written, it says that in Psalms the 82nd chapter, ye are gods. All right. And even in our lowest state, we still show that we reign above these different nations. Here it is in the NBA, the NFL, here it is, we're actually playing against these different nations, but these different nations can't even stick with us on the court, all right, or the field, any sports arena, any, like I said, innovative arena, any technological, anything that has to deal with wits and wisdom, basically sense of discernment and crafting and development. These devils, none of these nations can keep up with us. That's the gift that the Most High had specifically put inside of the DNA of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, and I'm going to this 8 interesting inventions by Native Americans, and I'm just going to pull a couple scriptures off my phone. Before I go into this article, I do want to read this in Psalms, the 82nd chapter. All right, Psalms 82:6. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are the children of the Most High. So the ones that are gods are the Native Americans, the Latinos, and and so-called blacks. All right, and why does it refer to us as gods? Because we're powers. We have a certain amount of high frequency dealing with us, which is the power of Yahweh Shem Shai. We reign above the sons of man. We reign above the sons of the wicked. Right, and it has these different and the volume is down, but it goes into these different things that was created by so-called natives. Yeah, so it says aspirin, salicin from the bark of an American black willow turns. Excuse me. Matter of fact, I'm gonna scroll down. Laptop is acting funny, but I'm just gonna read it.